Keffals is a trans political streamer who I've only ever watched a handful of times in the past. Her content isn't bad, but nothing I watch on a regular basis or anything. But recently something absolutely awful happened to her. She got swatted. Some absolute whack job sent an email to every city councillor in London, Ontario, which is where she resides, impersonating her, claiming that she has an illegal firearm, that she killed her mother, that she's going to kill them. Shortly after this email was sent, police arrived at her home and pointed an assault rifle at her face. The email contained her dead name, so therefore that is what police referred to her by the entire time, showing no regard for her gender identity, and many of her and her fiancé's electronics have been seized for police to investigate, a process that can take months, even though she committed 0 crimes. And I guess the person who sent the phony email that completely wasted the police's time gets to walk away scot-free. I have to ask, how fucking sad of a life does one have to lead where they derive joy out of terrorizing someone on the internet that they don't like? I've seen so many pieces of shit in her comment section saying, haha, what goes around comes around. And please tell me, what the fuck did she do to deserve this? I know that there are plenty of people out there who can't stand Keffals. There are even a lot of people on the left who don't like her. When it comes to right-wingers, I know all the hate surrounding her is fueled by transphobia and baseless claims of her being a quote-unquote groomer. But when it comes to actual drama she's been caught up in, I'm sorry, I'm not very caught up on the Keffals lore because I don't watch her all that much. But even still, even taking all of her controversies into account, I highly doubt anything she has done online warrants having an assault rifle pointed at her face. What that person who sent the email did is clear-cut attempted murder. Any police officer with a shorter fuse could have easily pulled that trigger, and she would have been dead, and whoever was the asshat that sent that email would be celebrating, same with anyone else equally as unhinged. You would think after the Tyler Barris incident where someone actually died after a fake threat was called in, this sort of shit would be taken more seriously. Keffals even says in her video that her brother previously called London police to explain that there is a popular online figure in their family, thus their family is at a greater risk of something like this happening to them. He asked if the family could be put on a no swatting list, and the police essentially laughed him off and said, nah, you're worrying a bit too much, this sort of thing probably won't happen to you or your loved ones. Well, look at what the fuck happened. The incompetence on law enforcement's part is absolutely inexcusable. They failed to protect Keffals and her family. They could have very well ended her life when she did nothing wrong, and after they nearly end her life, based off bogus emails containing bogus threats, they can't even muster up the common courtesy to refer to her by her proper pronouns and the name she currently goes by. They instead choose to refer to her by a name she changed 10 fucking years ago. And now, as mentioned previously, even though she did nothing wrong, many of her and her fiancé's electronics are in police custody, and it could remain this way for months. This hits hard because she's a Twitch streamer. Her job requires that computer that police took away. She set up a GoFundMe that I'll link in the description to recoup her losses and to also move to a safer area that takes swatting more seriously. It met its goal within a day, but any additional donations wouldn't hurt. But here's the shit kicker. Loser right-wingers have been mass reporting this GoFundMe. She says on her backup Twitter, my GoFundMe so I can move after being victimized by the police after I was swatted got mass reported and my campaign funds are on hold. People can still donate, but the amount of suffering people try to put me through is cruel. I'm contacting GoFundMe right now. As if the amount of suffering this woman was already going through wasn't enough. I just fucking hate so much of humanity, dude. I'm pretty sure this is already resolved, but still, the fact that there was an attempt made to get this GoFundMe taken down is fucking disgusting. We're so needlessly fucking cruel to each other. All this person was doing was broadcasting Twitch streams you didn't like. If she really gets her blood boiling that fucking much, you could just, I don't know, not pay attention to her? Watch someone else? Maybe she is an obnoxious online figure. I don't know. I've only seen a handful of videos from her, never watched her live. The little I have seen from her, she doesn't even seem that bad, but even if she is really fucking obnoxious, you cannot stand her, she does not deserve any of this happening to her. And no one, regardless of how they act online, deserves to have a weapon pointed at their face, not knowing whether or not they're gonna die within the next second. Whoever finds shit like that funny, and on top of that, whoever tries to have shit like this happen to whoever they don't like online, is sick in the fucking head. Swatting is attempted murder. No ifs, ands, or buts. The person who sent these emails knew full well that they could result in Keffals' life being ended, and they chose to send them anyway. And for all we know, that could have been their end goal. So is law enforcement just gonna sit on their fucking hands and let this person do this shit to potentially more people? And only react when it's too late, when this person sends in a fake threat and actually gets someone killed? It's not a fucking joke, and anyone who engages in swatting deserves hard prison time. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.